Top 30 IT Project Scheduler Interview Questions and Answers. Preparing for an IT Project Scheduler interview can feel overwhelming, especially when you know the role requires a balance of technical expertise, organizational skills, and leadership qualities. Employers look for candidates who can plan, track, and coordinate projects effectively, while ensuring deadlines and budgets are met. This guide covers the top 30 IT Project Scheduler interview questions with carefully crafted answers to help you prepare, practice, and present yourself with confidence. 1. Can you describe your experience with project scheduling tools? I have hands-on experience with tools such as MS Project, Primavera P6, and Jira. I use these to create work breakdown structures, manage dependencies, and track progress against milestones. These tools also allow me to analyze resource allocation and forecast potential delays. I particularly value their reporting features, which help in communicating project status to stakeholders. Effective tool usage ensures smooth project execution and proactive risk management. 2. How do you create a project schedule from scratch? I start by understanding project objectives and gathering requirements from stakeholders. Then, I break the project into phases, tasks, and subtasks using a work breakdown structure. I assign durations, dependencies, and resources. Next, I use scheduling software to create a timeline with critical paths identified. Finally, I review the draft with stakeholders, adjust as necessary, and baseline the schedule. This structured approach ensures realistic, achievable timelines. 3. What is the critical path method and why is it important? The critical path method, CPM, identifies the longest sequence of dependent activities that determine the shortest project duration. It's important because it highlights tasks that cannot be delayed without affecting the project completion date. Monitoring the critical path allows me to focus on high-impact tasks, allocate resources effectively, and quickly identify risks. Using CPM ensures project managers and stakeholders have clear visibility into key project drivers. 4. How do you handle project delays? When a delay occurs, I first analyze its cause and assess its impact on the overall schedule. Then, I explore options such as resource reallocation, scope adjustment, or fast-tracking critical tasks. I update the schedule, communicate with stakeholders, and recommend mitigation strategies. Transparency is key, so I ensure all parties understand the implications. My approach focuses on minimizing disruption while keeping the project aligned with overall objectives. 5. How do you prioritize tasks in a schedule? I prioritize tasks based on dependencies, deadlines, and resource availability. Critical path activities naturally take precedence, since delays directly impact delivery. I also consider stakeholder requirements and business priorities. Tools like MS Project help visualize dependencies and identify bottlenecks. By balancing urgency with importance, I ensure tasks are executed in a logical order, supporting project continuity and reducing risk of rework or missed deadlines. 6. How do you track progress on an ongoing project? I use Earned Value Management, EVM, regular status meetings, and scheduling software dashboards to track progress. Milestone serve as checkpoints, while actuals versus planned data reveal variances. For example, if work is behind schedule, I investigate causes immediately and propose corrective actions. Consistent monitoring ensures stakeholders remain informed, risks are mitigated early, and resources are adjusted as needed to bring the project back on track. 7. What steps do you take to ensure resource optimization? I begin by analyzing project requirements and matching tasks with the most suitable resources. Tools like resource histograms and capacity plan reports help identify over- or underutilization. I also cross-train team members to provide flexibility. Regular communication with functional managers allows me to adjust assignments proactively. By maintaining visibility of resource allocation, I ensure efficiency, reduce bottlenecks, and keep productivity levels high without overburdening staff. 8. How do you manage stakeholder expectations regarding timelines? I set realistic expectations from the start by involving stakeholders in schedule development. Regular progress updates, transparent reporting, and early communication of potential risks ensure alignment. If changes are necessary, I provide options with their trade-offs. By being proactive and honest, I build trust and reduce surprises. Managing expectations is about balancing optimism with realism, ensuring stakeholders understand what's feasible while feeling engaged in the process. 9. Can you explain baseline scheduling and its importance? A baseline schedule is the approved version of the project timeline, serving as a reference for tracking progress. It includes start and finish dates, milestones, and resource assignments. Its importance lies in providing a benchmark for measuring performance. Without a baseline, it's difficult to determine whether the project is on track. By comparing actuals against the baseline, I can identify deviations, investigate causes, and implement corrective measures. 10. What do you do when project scope changes midway? I follow the change management process, starting with documenting requests and analyzing its impact on schedule, budget, and resources. Then, I update the schedule to reflect new tasks, dependencies, or durations. I communicate these changes to stakeholders, obtain necessary approvals, and realign the baseline if required. Scope changes are common, so handling them systematically ensures transparency, avoids confusion, and keeps the project aligned with organizational goals. 11. How do you balance multiple projects simultaneously? I prioritize based on organizational strategy, deadlines, and resource availability. Using portfolio management tools, I create high-level overviews that track milestones across projects. Clear communication with project managers ensures alignment and avoids conflicts. I also stagger tasks to prevent overloading shared resources. Regular reviews help adjust schedules as priorities shift. By balancing effectively, I maintain productivity while ensuring no project is compromised. 12. How do you ensure accuracy when estimating task durations? I rely on historical project data, expert judgment, and three-point estimating, optimistic, pessimistic, most likely. I also involve team members in estimating tasks since they provide realistic insights. Cross-checking with industry standards helps validate assumptions. Accurate estimation is critical, so I account for risks by including contingency buffers. This approach reduces underestimation, builds stakeholder confidence, and results in more reliable project schedules. 13. How do you use Earned Value Management, EVM? EVM integrates scope, schedule, and cost to assess project performance. I use it by calculating metrics like plan value, PV, earned value, EV, and actual cost, AC. From these, I derive schedule variance, SV, and cost variance, CV, to evaluate health. For example, a negative SV indicates delays. EVM allows objective analysis, early detection of issues, and provides stakeholders with quantifiable performance data, improving decision-making and accountability. 14. How do you deal with conflicting priorities from stakeholders? I listen to each stakeholder's concerns and clarify the reasoning behind their priorities. Then, I evaluate impacts on project objectives, deadlines, and resources. Using data-driven analysis, I propose balanced solutions, sometimes escalating critical conflicts to leadership for resolution. Maintaining neutrality and transparency helps preserve trust. My role as scheduler involves balancing demands fairly, ensuring project success without alienating stakeholders or undermining organizational strategy. 15. How do you handle projects with uncertain or evolving requirements? I apply agile scheduling principles, focusing on short-term planning while maintaining flexibility. I create rolling wave schedules that provide detail for near-term tasks but leave room for adjustments in later phases. Frequent stakeholder communication and feedback loops allow the schedule to evolve with requirements. By emphasizing adaptability, I ensure progress continues while still aligning with overall project objectives, even when uncertainty is high. 16. How do you monitor dependencies in a schedule? I map dependencies during schedule creation, using tools like MS Project to visualize relationships through Gantt charts or network diagrams. I categorize them as finish to start to start, etc. Regular reviews help detect risks if dependent tasks fall behind. I also build buffers for critical dependencies. 17. What role do risk management practices play in scheduling? Risk management is integral to scheduling because risks can significantly impact timelines. I identify risks early, assess their probability and impact, and create mitigation strategies. I also incorporate contingency buffers within the schedule. For high-impact risks, I develop alternative scenarios. By embedding risk management into scheduling, I minimize disruptions, maintain flexibility, and ensure stakeholders are prepared for potential challenges, which increases the likelihood of project success. 18. How do you handle team members missing deadlines? I start by understanding why the deadline was missed, whether due to workload, unclear requirements, or external dependencies. I then work with the individual to resolve issues, provide support, or adjust assignments. I update the schedule to reflect the delay and communicate with stakeholders. Accountability is important, but so is maintaining morale. My goal is to correct course quickly without creating blame, focusing instead on collaborative solutions. 19. How do you communicate schedule updates to stakeholders? I tailor communication to the audience. For executives, I provide concise summaries highlighting milestones, risks, and variances. For team members, I share detailed updates, including task-level changes. I use dashboards, Gantt charts, and status reports for clarity. Regular meetings ensure two-way communication, allowing stakeholders to ask questions. By delivering updates in a clear and structured manner, I maintain transparency and keep everyone aligned with project goals. 20. How do you incorporate quality management into scheduling? Quality management is part of planning from the start. I schedule tasks for quality assurance activities, such as testing, peer reviews, and audits. I ensure adequate time is allocated without compressing critical tasks. Including quality checkpoints reduces rework and increases stakeholder satisfaction. I also align quality milestones with project deliverables. By integrating quality into the schedule, I help ensure the final product meets expectations and standards. 21. How do you ensure your schedule aligns with organizational strategy? I begin by reviewing strategic objectives and aligning project milestones with business goals. I engage with leadership to validate priorities and ensure the schedule reflects organizational needs. Regular checkpoints confirm continued alignment as strategies evolve. By linking project outcomes to larger business objectives, I demonstrate value, ensure stakeholder buy-in, and prioritize work that contributes most significantly to the organization's success. 22. Can you explain fast-tracking and crashing techniques? Fast-tracking means performing tasks in parallel that were originally sequential, while crashing involves adding resources to critical tasks to shorten duration. I use these techniques cautiously, as both have risks. Fast-tracking may increase errors, and crashing may raise costs. I analyze trade-offs carefully before recommending either approach. When applied judiciously, these methods can recover schedule delays without compromising overall project quality. 23. How you handle unplanned risks that impact the schedule. When unexpected risks occur, I first assess their impact on critical tasks and overall timelines. I then update the risk register, propose mitigation strategies, and adjust the schedule accordingly. Communication with stakeholders is immediate and transparent. Depending on severity, I may recommend fast-tracking, crashing, or reprioritization. My approach ensures that while risks may disrupt plans, the project continues with minimal impact and stakeholder confidence is maintained. 24. How do you keep your scheduling knowledge up to date? I stay current by attending industry webinars, workshops, and conferences. I also engage in professional communities like PMI and regularly read publications on project management. Hands-on learning with emerging scheduling tools enhances my expertise. Continuous learning ensures I apply best practices and adapt to evolving trends. Staying updated makes me more effective in creating schedules that align with modern methodologies and organizational expectations. 25. How do you handle resource conflicts between projects? I assess which project aligns more closely with organizational strategy and deadlines. I then negotiate with stakeholders to adjust priorities or reassign resources. Transparent communication helps prevent misunderstandings. If conflict persists, I escalate to senior leadership for resolution. I also plan buffers into schedules to reduce clashes. My approach ensures fairness, minimizes disruption, and maintains productivity across multiple projects. 26. How do you approach schedule compression without compromising quality? I first identify tasks that can be fast-tracked or resources that can be added to critical tasks, crashing. However, I carefully analyze the risks of reduced testing or parallel execution. I engage stakeholders in discussions about trade-offs. If compression is unavoidable, I ensure quality checkpoints remain intact. The key is balancing faster delivery with maintaining high standards, ensuring client satisfaction and long-term success. 27. How do you ensure cross-functional collaboration in scheduling? I involve cross-functional teams early in schedule creation to ensure all requirements and dependencies are captured. Regular communication and collaborative tools like MS Teams or Jira help maintain alignment. I encourage open feedback loops to address issues quickly. Cross-functional involvement ensures realistic schedules, stronger buy-in, and smoother execution. Collaboration builds accountability and reduces silos, enhancing overall project performance. 28. How do you ensure accurate reporting to senior management? I use scheduling software to generate clear reports that highlight key performance indicators, such as progress, risks, and variances. I focus on strategic-level insights rather than overwhelming detail. Reports are tailored to leadership priorities, showing whether projects are on track and align with goals. Regular updates, both written and verbal, maintain transparency. Accurate, concise reporting ensures management has the information they need for effective decision-making. 29. How you prepare for project closeout and scheduling. I schedule closeout activities such as final deliverable reviews, lessons learned sessions, and documentation. Adequate time is allocated for sign-offs, audits, and knowledge transfer. These tasks are as important as execution because they ensure project success is fully realized and improvements are captured for future projects. By planning closeout effectively, I help teams transition smoothly, deliver complete results, and build organizational learning. 30. What qualities make an effective IT project scheduler? An effective IT project scheduler is detail-oriented, organized, and skilled in communication. They must balance technical expertise with interpersonal skills, ensuring alignment across teams and stakeholders. Adaptability is key, as schedules often change. Analytical skills allow for accurate forecasting, while leadership ensures smooth execution. Above all, strong problem-solving abilities and transparency foster trust, helping to deliver projects successfully on time and within budget. Mastering the role of an IT project scheduler requires more than technical skills. It demands strategic thinking, adaptability, and clear communication. These 30 questions and answers provide a strong foundation to prepare for interviews with confidence. Remember, employers seek not only technical expertise, but also your ability to handle challenges and align projects with organizational goals. With preparation and focus, you can stand out as a reliable and effective IT project scheduler.